we're gonna be.
I
No.
guess so.
Hmm.
What?
Got it.
Oh, got it.
Okay.
Okay, hang on. Get it over here too.
Okay.
Tonight.
Dead air.
There we
Jesus.
are. Hey, we got there.
Ben hit record right as I switched my internet. Are you ready to get covered
After
in
you
film?
just said, oh my God. It's
Because
like
we're
recording a show with my
coming
brother's kids or
right
something.
now.
There it is. There it is.
If you made it this far, folks,
Like and
there's a
subscribe.
lot more of Ben interrupting me. Like and
Wait.
subscribe. So today, the crew of Covered in Film will be reviewing. I have one job on this ship, and it's stupid, but I'm going to do it. 1999's Galaxy Quest. Which line would have picked, Ben? Fucking
By
bitch.
Grabthar's hammer. What a savings.
Without a doubt, dude. That was the same one I earmarked.
That was a good one, too.
That's my favorite, dude. I think about this movie and I'm like, I just want to hear him say that line.
All right, Ben. Rated and
Yeah,
graded.
we started recording, Russ. Did you know?
Yeah,
We started. Do you need me to take over?
yeah.
No.
Tonight,
I need you to
1999's
rate.
Galaxy Quest.
Shut up.
I
Want me to
grabbed
just-
Thor's hammer.
Should we
What a
start
save.
over? Because I'm just going to talk
No.
over you now the whole time.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, no. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
Rate it and grade it, Ben.
Fuck this movie. It's stupid. Nerds like it. They like to touch each other while they watch it. This movie is dumb. No, really, dude. Great actors in this. You gotta love Sam Rockwell. I remember when this came out. I remember our mutual friend Jesse had gone to see it in the movie or in the theaters, and it told us a few things about it. And like I definitely went and saw it in theaters. You saw it in theaters, Joe?
Oh, no. Not even close.
No.
No, that would have been dope.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't come
It
across
was
this
pretty
thing
good.
until like 2004.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, it was pretty funny. And yeah, I would say it's a solid B minus. It's not absolutely amazing, but it's definitely a staple. Doing some research, I found out some really interesting shit I never knew, so I'm ready to share that, but we'll dive into that later.
Who's Alpha 14?
Me.
Oh.
One more than the Alpha 13. Do you see the reference?
Okay.
Russ, quit making hand vaginas at the camera and continue on hosting.
It's Omega 13. Alpha
Well, I'm
Centauri.
Alpha 14, so
Joe, what do you think? Do you agree with Ben?
I not in general terms, but in regards to this movie,
Me neither.
I could probably get behind this.
you guys.
I thoroughly
God damn
enjoyed
it.
this movie. Again, this was one of the ones that I hadn't been involved in when it first hit. Came across it a number of years later, and dude, the first time I watched this, it was an absolute nerd fest, laugh fest. All of the jokes, the play that they did from all of the stuff from Star Trek is just gold. The main character and his portrayal, or the not portrayal. It doesn't matter. Him being a corollary for Captain Kirk in Star
Captain
Trek.
Kirk, William Shatner.
Yes. Yeah, but the aspects
Yes,
of
old Billy
of
Shatz.
real William Shatner and how much. Anyways, yeah, no, I'd agree with that. I'd say I go B plus. I go B plus. Fuck Ben with his B minus. Yeah, it's a B plus. It's a good movie, man. It was done. I got reasons. We'll get into it. What did you think,
I hear
Russ?
Sigourney Weaver rated this solid C's. All right. Swear to God, dude.
I hate to I pre-picked my my rating. I'm not just flinging it out there now. It's written down right in the middle of you two at a B. I think everything you guys said, I never agree with Ben, but on this movie, I can kind of get there. Uh, it's I don't even remember if I watched it in theaters or when the first time I watched it was, but it's like a fun nostalgia driven movie for me with a great cast. It's got a lot of reasons to watch it. It's got a lot of reasons that it's not perfect, but it's just a really fun movie that any nerd should get their hands on at some point.
Yeah, I
So,
love that they made a voting system a while ago for best Star Trek movie. And then, oh my God, the one I did not mute comes through. Anyway, thanks, Facebook Messenger. Uh, this was voted the seventh best Star Trek movie of all time, and it's not they included it because so many people love it. I thought that was pretty cool.
That's great. That's
J.J.
great.
Abrams has said that a lot of his little things he does in the reboot in '09, he was such a fan of Galaxy Quest that he actually uses them.
Oh no, I can see
there's
that. There was definitely a sense of Galaxy Quest humor in the reboot. You know,
Right.
way more
Yeah.
tongue in cheek than the original.
one of
Yeah.
the trivia bits that I've read online was that J.J. Abrams said to his about his crew for the '09 movie was I we've all gone on record saying that Galaxy Quest is one of the best Star Trek movies.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's a
Yeah.
pretty big, standing ovation.
No, and I think it's fantastic that the fan base of the series that this was a parody of is so behind it. Yeah, I think that's
Mm-hmm.
huge. I think because they do such a really good job. It's such a nuanced and balanced approach to the humor where it makes fun of without disrespecting the source material. Like it really does a
Agreed.
good job of not stepping on. It's not like, oh, this is dumb, we're gonna make fun of it. It's like, no, this is huge, and there are parts of this culture and this phenomenon and everything that's funny, and we're gonna come at it in a really nuanced and yeah, no, it was great, dude.
Yeah.
All of the jokes hit. That guy's scream, the driver, the pilot. Ah! Ah! Dude, it's just so
Sam
iconic.
Rockwell? Oh,
the the
oh, Tommy. That's right. Yes. Oh my
Tommy.
God. When they're carrying him out with the damaged arm. Yeah. He's just screaming. Yeah. I thought it was interesting that the men's room overhearing the guys talking really harshly, that actually happened with Shatner at a
Yeah,
convention.
yeah.
Crazy,
Yep.
but then again,
Uh,
not so crazy.
I felt like as I was watching the movie, I was like, did they base this on William Shatner in real life, or did
Oh
they
yeah.
did they
Kind
make
of.
believe? Did they exaggerate who William Shatner is? And then when I read that bit of trivia, I was like, oh no, he really was that character.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. No, dude. William
his getting
Shatner had
rewrites and
he went on record a long, 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 long time ago about how just absolutely disconnected and bizarre he thought the whole thing was. Like when they got the movie deal for the original Star Trek movie, in the opening scene, he's struggling to keep a straight face because he's just can't believe how ridiculous it is that the series got to a feature length movie.
mhm.
Well,
Yeah,
good for him,
yeah,
right? He
no,
got to go in
Good for
space
him.
because of it.
no, whatever, dude.
Priceline's done well.
William Shatner's a fucking douchebag, but Star Trek's awesome.
Hey man, he helps me
So
get the best rates on my trips. Priceline.com.
Whatever, dude. He threw his back out karate chopping those prices.
so Ben, give me your pitch, your elevator pitch on why someone should watch this movie.
Oh man, it's going to reference a ton of stuff that you either know exactly what they're talking about or you kind of understand. It's put together to be very palatable. And if if you maybe don't hate movies like Forrest Gump, where everybody loves them, you'll love this movie.
All right, Joe. Elevator pitch on why you shouldn't watch the movie.
Oh, you shouldn't watch the movie. I don't think that's. I don't think I could put that together. I would absolutely recommend this for somebody. If you want to kind of poke, if you're a nerd at all, and you know anything about LARP and conventions and this entire culture, watch it. It's fucking hilarious. It's fun. It's a fun movie.
All right, I'll do it. Do you want me to
Yeah,
do it,
yeah,
Russ? I'll do
give
it.
Ben the don't want it. Yeah, yeah, give it to
It's
Ben.
got minorities and women in major roles, and it's about space travel. And man should not. The Earth's flat. Come on, where are they going? Don't watch the movie.
It's got
So,
speciesism in it.
all right.
Ugh. Oh
Moving
my
on.
God, cross! Yeah, I tell you what. I mean, God, maybe the guy wants to bury the ship after the octopus guy gets together with the.
Oh,
Oh my God!
oh, nobody wants to see that. Oh,
Ow!
that guy. I don't, and I'm got a new setup, so I don't have my Google up. But figure the guy that's the announcer, the guy,
Yeah,
the
yeah. Sam
crewman number
Rockwell.
crewman number 6.
Yeah,
Oh, dude, he
guy.
is
Yeah, Sam
so
Rockwell.
gold.
Beautiful in
When
this
he
movie.
when they all get transported up to the alien ship the first time, his
Yeah.
delivery
Oh,
is
dude,
like
I
that
I
line
wrote
that
I
scream
wrote
at the
yeah
end.
yeah. Uh, I wrote two quotes. One was my favorite, Grabthar's hammered, what a savings, and the second is, I'm just jazzed to be on the show. It's so funny, dude.
That's hella funny because that was the other one. Like that one comes chronologically in the movie before by Graptar's Hammer.
Uh huh.
And when he said that, I was like, "Oh, that's the intro for the show." I'm just jazzed to be on the show, man.
I'm just jazzed to be on the show. Just loving it.
Other movies from 1999 that were in the silly category. Silly movies. Office Space came out this year.
No, that's a good
All
movie.
right.
That was fun.
It's
American
a fave.
Pie
I've watched
came
it
out
within
this
the
year.
last year.
American
Now, I haven't
Pie
watched
was
that movie in a
99.
long time, but Jesus, that was a phenomenon.
It was. It changed. It was like Friends of the rated R high school
Yep.
movies.
Yep. Stifler's mom, Shitbrick.
Yeah.
Stifler's mom got it going on.
Just
That's
the whole
Jennifer
sock,
Coolidge.
the sock thing.
Yeah.
The scene where his dad
warm
explains to
apple
him,
pie.
but yeah, the pie thing with his dad was just so great. Big Daddy came out this year.
Very silly. I originally was not a huge fan of it. It does have
Still
some
not.
pretty good enduring. Yeah, it's not my favorite Sandler for sure, but it's definitely got some funny stuff in it.
Austin Powers, Spy Who Shagged Me.
Yeah,
I mean, come
it's Austin
on.
Powers, right?
Revitalized a genre and made just a massive dude, as if Wayne's World wasn't enough. Fucking here he comes. I feel like he's been chasing that ever since. If you watched his new one, the Triumvirate or the Pentaverate, like it is, you can't keep doing the
He's reaching too
same.
hard. Yeah,
Yeah, he's so
come on,
hard.
man.
He's
Come
trying
on.
so hard.
It's painful
And I
to watch.
want to just give it to him because he's Mike Myers, but at the same time, it's like, ugh.
Yeah, no, man. At
Anyway,
a certain point, you step away, right? Like you leave the
yeah,
stage
right.
gracefully.
What did he do recently that was? He did something that I liked him in recently that I was really surprised when I saw him. I can't do
Probably
the color.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Was that
Yeah,
it?
he
Oh,
plays
Yeah, that
the.
was it.
oh yeah, that was it actually. Yeah,
That was it. Yeah, one.
Fuck you, Ben. Moving
What
on.
what was the first movie you said came out this same
Off
year?
Office Space. So at the end of
Office
this
Space.
this little trivia, I was going to ask you if you guys had one that you liked more. But Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo. I know that's not going to be your number one.
It's a
Being
huge
John
bitch.
being John
That's my
Malkovich came
favorite
out this
part.
year.
There's a good
I
part.
man,
There's a good
that's one
part.
of those movies that I
That's
should
a
be like,
huge
that's a
bitch.
great movie. But yeah, right? That's a huge bitch. Uh, yeah, never really quite took to Malkovich like I probably should have. I don't know. I love Spike Jones, but I feel like that movie was hard to watch.
I
Yeah,
feel
no.
like he's your guy. Like if you were in a movie, you'd be John
I'd want to be
Malkovich.
directed by Spike Jones.
No, you'd be John Malkovich.
Oh my
Oh, I'd be John
goodness.
Malkovich.
Just like
Dude,
a
That's
weird,
really weird.
sarcastic
Okay.
sense of humor.
movies like
Okay.
hardcore, like you really really you should probably drink some mushroom tea before you watch that movie. That's probably the
Oh,
best
that would
way.
probably make it a lot of fun.
That's probably the best way to enjoy that movie.
Last but not least, Blast from the Past with our favorite Brendan Fraser.
Oh my god.
Frazier.
Who-
Fraser.
You know, it's funny. I had a buddy who worked for a backup generator company or some dumb shit and had a run in with Brandon Fraser, and he was a dick.
He was a bitch.
I have heard that
Everyone
he
said it. Well, apparently he's back. He just won the Academy Award for The Whale. I must admit, there's two podcasts I listen to pretty regularly. He was on both of them within a
huh.
short amount of time. The second one, my favorite of the two, I quit listening to. I got really tired of. He tried so hard to sound so. I don't know. He was a little too pretentious. Yeah,
I know
He,
I'm
he's
gonna
a
say it
dick.
now.
He's a dick.
I've
Everyone says it.
Fuck that guy.
I have heard that he's actually a pretty cool guy. Later in life, he got better. One of you guys has an echo. Anyways, Brandon Fraser paid like the company for was it Journey to the Center of the Earth that was making it. They didn't want to pay the this third party company that like made all the costumes or something. And when he found out about it, like he shut down the movie until they got paid or something like that, which was pretty cool. And
Sounds like some prima donna shit.
fun fact about Brendan Fraser,
Hey, man,
the only
live
time
helping
maybe I went
people.
twice, but the only time I can remember going to Comic-Con, I went with Ben.
It
I
was
don't know if
WonderCon.
WonderCon.
Comic
And
Con's the big one in San Diego. WonderCon's in San Francisco and doesn't exist anymore. But yeah, the question where it was like that guy's on cocaine.
yeah. And
Had
it
a
was
park bitch and oh my god.
yeah, he was up there on a panel answering questions, and some people asked him some questions, and he just like yelled out sounds in response to them. He was like, you know what? You know what? Yeah.
Yeah, it was only eclipsed by the following year, the panel for Kick Ass, and Nicolas Cage comes out and he talks like this. It says because he's looking into a blues movie that he's thinking of doing, so he's trying to talk with his voice. And all the
Ah,
other actors are like, "This fucking guy's crazy."
dude, this is perfect commentary for this movie, right? Like, forget that whole convention fan
Mm-hmm.
club
Yep.
con scene is. I've never been. I'd love to go, but it just seems like in a non-derogatory way. What a fucking freak show, dude. Like
Oh, dude.
It was
that
crazy.
sounds
It's
awesome.
it's some of it's cool to be like, oh wow, you do the voice for Tommy Pickles, and I recognize you as the fucking chick in the band and Better Off Dead. Like, neat. I would have never met you anywhere else. But then fucking Lou Ferrigno is like, don't fucking look at me unless you're paying money. That guy looks like a fucking nightmare. Jesus, yeah,
Well, dude, I mean, not again, speaking to the movie, Lou Ferrigno had his day how long ago?
yeah, quite a while.
Wait,
And you show up at the convention to get paid? Like, come on,
Yeah,
man.
did you hear Ben's recap? You did the voice of Tommy Pickles, and then Lou Ferrigno's there, and he looks like a fucking nightmare.
yeah,
That was a pretty good recap of WonderCon, which
yeah.
also, I think that's the first time I ever lost my voice. Do you remember we had that hotel room? We were supposed to be like having fun playing a game, and I couldn't even talk.
You were screaming so loud at Ray Park, who played Darth Maul. You were like, I love you in Phantom Menace. It's my
I love you
favorite
so much.
movie. You're the best guy ever. Tell
My
me,
name's
did
Ray
you
Park too.
I love how
use the lightsaber? And you were a swish, swash, wrong. And then I
I
hate
love
those
how
movies.
we're talking about like a nerd festival, and Ben needs to make up random things, and he's so fucking good at it. He's just like the Tommy Pickles voice actor, Ray Park. Like I never knew what that guy's name was.
He was at one of them. He was.
See, Ben
You remember
knows.
the couple who would do the costume changes and be in these super elaborate costumes? Just this couple who liked to go to the events. They were there every fucking year. One time they were Archangel and Rogue. The Archangel costume on that guy was fucking amazing. Anyway,
Yeah, and build towards it all year. Yeah, no, that's what I say. Like in the most respectful and endorsing way possible. What a fucking freak show, dude. That's got to be awesome.
pretty awesome.
All right, so to rein it all in, out of all those silly movies that came out in '99, is there anyone you'd rather watch or that you would recommend in above this one?
No.
Mm, no, I mean, Office Space is good for different reasons. It's a different kind of
Yeah.
comedy. Like Office Space would be a runner up, but for different reasons. Right? I mean, like
Different
Office,
reasons. Yes.
yeah, Office Space is the you don't.
So I just
If
want to point out,
if I was talking to two friends and one of them was a nerd and played, Warhammer and watched Star Trek and sci-fi,
the
I'd
fuck are you doing?
recommend they watch Galaxy Quest. If the other one, like, drank White Claw and watched football, he'd get Office Space.
Not the
Okay.
exact target audience, but I understand what you're saying. That second example.
Dude Bro
Ooh.
Nation. Well, I do want to point out so far, Joe, I've asked you to give an elevator pitch for why you shouldn't watch this. You couldn't do it. And you said this movie's better than Office Space. You said Office Space was the runner up. You only gave this movie a B plus. At the end, I'm going to ask you if you want to change your rating. So
Okay.
No, it's just 99 didn't have that great of movies.
99 Problems.
It's
But
like the last
bitch!
5 years.
Ain't
Although
But my
any of
bitch
you
ain't
guys seen this year's Academy Award winner for Best Film, Best Actress, Best Supporting, Everything Everywhere All at Once? Have you guys seen that yet?
one. No.
Coming soon to Covered in Film. All right, go ahead.
Awesome.
Whoever's hosting
Just wanna
this,
let
if you
our
wanted to
viewers know.
pretend to move it forward.
Viewers, make sure you watch the Chris Rock special because I'm going to be yelling bitch a bunch tonight. And
Pretty sure
it's not
that's
going to
already
make any
happened.
sense if you haven't seen it. One other little category. I tried to look out there. I couldn't come up with a lot of results, but other sci-fi parody movies or shows.
Hmm.
So Spaceballs was the big one that immediately came up. Mars Attacks.
Absolutely.
Um,
I feel like that's a divisive movie, but I don't know. I've seen that movie enough times to where I really feel like I get the humor. Like the humans just will not stop trying to extend an open hand to these Martians who are just like, we'll just fucking kill you all. Yeah, Mars Attacks, funny movie.
I saw that movie in theaters with Mike. Mike, shout out. You probably
Hey,
aren't going to
Mike.
watch this, you bastard. I watched it with him, and we were young at the time. And when you're young and you watch Mars Attacks, that is comedy gold. Back, back,
Mhm.
back, back, back. Oh,
Yeah,
it's so
yeah.
funny. They sound like chickens.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyways, back, back. Idiocracy. Huh? It's pretty good.
Idiocracy?
I
Yeah.
I honestly feel like that's kind of a classic in a lot of different ways. Doesn't work like a amazing story that's told, but I love it.
What about the one that the guy from X-Files did?
Duchovny?
Yeah,
Older.
Duchovny. Yeah, Duchovny did a sci-fi spoof.
That's Californication. It was about
No, it
sex.
wasn't Californication.
Not.
I
can
think it
open
was
Google.
called
I
The
just got it.
X-Files.
No, it wasn't fucking called X-Files.
Hey, David Duchovny
Duchovny.
My
sci-fi
friends,
spoof.
this is what I fucking
Let's look
show
that up.
Oh, he was in
Sci-
Evolution.
Evolution. There it
Oh,
is. Look at the
Evolution.
Googler. The Googler.
Yeah, but I was
Evolution.
specifically trying to include like futuristic sci-fi, little bit more. Idiocracy was the only one that I just threw in there that was not like space oriented.
Didn't
But
somebody do something with Men in Black not too long ago? Did
I
that
don't think Men
happen?
in Black
I don't think so.
is in the same league of parody. I think Men in Black was its own
No.
thing.
You know,
I read
I
an
was just wondering
interview
if
with the
anybody
cast of Men
parodied
in
Men
Black.
in Black.
Everybody was calling Will Smith a bitch.
That's right.
Yep. Chris Rock would show up at lunch and be like, "Hey, bitch,
That's right.
what's
So-
Jada doing?
I
How's
better be
Jada?"
careful. I better watch out. He's going to show up.
He's
Anyway.
gonna punch me.
Hey, what's up, Will?
Thumb Wars.
Oh,
Thumb
dude.
Wars.
Come on. Dude, I bought the 6-pack. Thumb Wars, Bat Thumb, Star Thumb? No, what was Thumb Wars? Yeah. Bat Thumb, the God Thumb, which was the Godfather.
The fuck are you
Yeah, the
babbling
6-pack.
about?
He did Thumbtanic. Thumbtanic was one of the
my
best,
God,
dude. Thumbtanic was fucking hilarious.
The faces on those thumbs were just like
Uh-huh.
they had all this extra redness on their lips and tongue. It was so weird. It just looked
We've
like
been hit.
saliva was everywhere.
Oh, dude. Oh, the Blair Thumb. Oh, that was the best. That
Blair
was the
Thumb.
fucking best. Is the Blair Thumb. That's it. We're
So
watching them.
Futurama, which is a
right
show.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Never
and then
heard
the
of
last one, I don't know if you guys are watching it, but Orville. Have you guys seen it yet?
No, I haven't seen that one. I'm watching one on Prime. That's the space adventure with the Avenue 5.
it. Okay.
Avenue
I haven't
5.
watched that.
Yeah,
I didn't watch the Orville.
You did?
I think we
Oh,
can
no.
all agree
I
that
remember
the
Orville.
best non-Star Trek, Star Wars futuristic ship franchise is Firefly. Hands
not a parody.
down.
That's not a parody.
It's not a parody,
though.
but let's just talk about Firefly for the next half an hour.
Sure, let's
Dude.
stop Galaxy Quest and talk about Firefly.
No. Firefly
Here-
does not deserve this half-assed lip service you're about to give it. It needs its own
You're
show.
right.
So save
You're
it
right.
for the show.
Well,
Save
hey,
it
we
for
did
the
we
show.
did do Serenity, which was, but hey,
We did.
Christina Hendricks, thank you for being on that show.
Mrs. Reynolds.
Orville's good. Orville's a runner-up for this. Orville came out after this. I watched Orville because of Galaxy Quest.
I
And
heard
it wasn't
that
bad. It was pretty funny.
I heard it started good, ended soft, and then the second season, like they came back and really tried to cement the voice.
Did you guys watch or try to watch Steve Carell's Space Force?
I did sit through that entire
I
season.
I went through 2 episodes and I couldn't do it.
Wasn't good
Good
enough.
for you.
No,
Good
I'm
for
not a
Wasn't good
you.
Steve
enough.
Carell fan, so it wasn't hard.
I
I
thought it
am.
had its moments, but hey,
Watching 2 episodes was like getting all the teeth in my mouth pulled, but
would you guys put any of those other parodies above this one?
no.
Nope.
No, dude, this shit's it's actually in the now that you've added context, Russell, it's actually a really high example in the parody market. It's a high mark they've set to
Yep.
to hit it.
I might have to come up in my own grade. Anywho, writers, actors, directors, the wad. Let's get the wad out. Let's cover this wad in film with our bitch.
With our
Yes.
bitch.
Wow. That was a
Hey, Will, Russ is
landmine.
calling for you again.
Landmine.
That's right. Nobody I know will ever watch this show. It's fine.
Let's talk about Tim Allen. What a lucky dude to have Home Improvement and Buzz Lightyear.
We're gonna save actors because they're the ones that you guys are gonna want to talk about. Let's get the writers out of the way. David Howard. He did this movie and something called Trek, which your brain goes like, ooh, maybe it's another Star Trek thing. But I'm pretty sure it's about walking. I did like 30 seconds of research on it. It's just about walking.
All right.
I just know that he has 2 first names for his name.
It's called Forrest Gump 2.
Yeah.
It's just walking.
Anyone who has 2 first names for their whole name is a villain. And I learned this because Andrew Ryan in BioShock, fucking villain. Like,
I thought you were going to say Terrence Howard.
Sure.
no.
Because he wanted too much money to be War Machine. No? Okay.
He did. And he probably feels so stupid because he's a bitch.
They considered Tom Cruise for the starring role in Trek, but they decided it wouldn't fit because there was no running.
Yeah, it wouldn't have worked.
Solid. It was solid. It was good.
Robert Gordon. He.
Oh my God. Also, another double first name. That's a goocher.
I'm surprised this movie didn't kill anybody.
I know, right?
Did anybody look it up? Did anybody look it up? They crashed a starship. I mean,
hey, we should do The Crow. Let's do The Crow. Anyways, could Joe just be the movie?
There's actually he can. He's probably still anyway. I got photos I could bring. Yeah, I got Halloween photos I could bring.
It's uncanny.
I heard the Cure song from that soundtrack come on the other day, and I was like, God, I listened to this soundtrack so many times.
Oh God, that movie was formative.
Yeah. So this Robert Gordon guy, he did Men in Black 2 and Lemony Snicket, Series of Unfortunate Events. Actually,
wow.
Like, he kind of has something going for him. So director Dean Parasite. I think it's Parasite.
It's probably
Parasitable.
It's probably Parasol. Sounds French.
Paris, France.
I'd have to see it.
Yeah, but
pair of socks.
But in America, we can make fun of him by saying Parasite. Anyways, Fun with Dick and Jane and Bill and Ted Face the Music, and then Red 2. All right, moving on from those guys. Actors.
Fun with
Tim
Dick and Jane
Allen.
was funny.
Tim Allen.
Man,
Home Improvement.
You're just gonna
Buzz Lightyear.
Right out the gate, huh? Yeah, no, Tim Allen.
Yeah, right?
He's not even the big one.
I loved him doing his stand-up when he would do before Home Improvement. I loved watching his stand-up specials. I was like, oh yeah, that's cool that he got to bring his to a show. Like, they built a show around a bit from his stand-up act. Pretty fucking good.
So I put down 3 movies for him that were like his biggest roles, and Ben already said 2 of them. But the other one that you probably wouldn't pop into your mind right away, but you're immediately going to go like, oh yeah, Santa Claus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What do you think his biggest role is is it Tim the Toolman Taylor or is it Santa Claus?
Oh
It's
no,
Tim.
Buzz
It's
Lightyear.
It's
Buzz
Buzz
Lightyear.
Lightyear?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Buzz Lightyear has
Now,
surpassed all of that, dude.
Yeah.
yeah,
I feel like
easily.
I feel like the Home Improvement show made him. Like without
Oh
it,
yeah.
he would not be anything else. Without Pamela Anderson, who claims that he showed his penis to her, he denies it. But without her being on that show running around being like, "Did you need this power tool?"
Mhm.
He'd be a nobody.
And Al and
Now,
Patricia
Al was
Heaton.
great.
there were lots of things about Home Improvement that were good. The biggest problem that it's done is it emasculated male society for like the next decade.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. It's a huge, it's a huge thing. He's actually a reference for a lot of groups that I'm in as far as what the emasculation of men that we're dealing with in 2023.
Tell us
Wait,
about these
how?
groups you're in.
I felt like can you
Well, first you have to
explain that?
have the number one requirement for membership is you have to have a tinfoil hat. So you guys are both out.
Well, no, explain it because I felt like that show didn't go in either direction on the masculation or masculatory fucking bitch. Well, I don't know
Right?
what word
Yeah.
I'm looking
No.
for.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Tim
It's
Allen
all
made
because of
men
JTT,
a
right?
bitch.
Jonathan Taylor
A
Thomas.
bitch. Yeah. Yeah. It was JTT's fault. Let's blame it on the
That's right.
kids, Ben. Let's make
Yeah,
it the kids' fault.
really
That's
good.
that fits with our
Dad, I gotta
generation.
talk to you.
That kid's fault.
Dad,
No, it was the neighbor. It was Wilson. Fuck that guy.
Wilson.
Fucking creepy ass fucking over the
Fun
bridge
fact
looking
about Tim
motherfucker.
Allen.
Yeah.
Did Ben, I know you tried to read a little bit of trivia. Did you read that the part of him fighting the rock monster where he loses his shirt? It's just an obvious nod to how Captain Kirk always loses his shirt in any melee
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
William Shatner wanted a giant rock monster at the end of Star Trek V, The Final Frontier, but they couldn't do it because of budget reasons. Yeah. Did you know Tim Allen's been in prison
Yes.
before?
Bullshit.
Was it for showing his penis to Pamela Anderson? No.
No,
She
it's
didn't-
before he ever got famous. He was actually in prison before he got famous.
What did he
Nice.
do? Tell us more, Ben.
Murdered a kid. I don't
Wow.
know. I was just
Jesus Christ. You reach in the lie bag and that's what comes out. Holy fuck, dude.
Hey, if
Come
anyone's
on,
made it
man.
this far, like and subscribe. You can hear me yell bitch a couple more times tonight. Sigourney
yeah.
Weaver. Sigourney Weaver.
Never heard of her.
Who's
So
that?
I think she's the big one.
Has she ever
in
done anything
this.
sci-fi before?
Maybe a couple times. But so
She was in
the
this movie called The Allens.
no, it's not.
Oh,
But
was she on the Coneheads? That's where I know her from.
Oh,
I put down her top 3. You guys shout out what you might think I'm missing.
Oh my
That
goodness.
is noteworthy. But the Alien franchise, obviously, Avatar franchise, and Ghostbusters. What do you think anything else deserves a spotlight with those 3?
Well, I mean, no, because those are all franchises. So, like, under the parameters you listed, franchise.
No, I didn't. Just like big movies.
Working Girl.
One of my favorite roles for her is in Leviathan. Is it Leviathan? I'd have to look again. It's a deep sea underwater thriller, sci-fi horror one. I really enjoy
Yeah, that's
her
a
in that.
movie. Yep, it's
Not-
like Alien only underwater.
Right, basically,
Oh,
basically
yeah,
it is.
mhm.
It's right. It was right up her alley. It was right about the same time as
In fact, she
Aliens.
wears the exact same outfit as she
Yeah.
does in Alien. And then they have this thing that they're dissecting on the med bay table.
Yeah.
And
that's the
it's
one.
just Alien.
Yeah, underwater. I like
So
water, man.
no, I already said
Huh.
Alien. So that does not deserve a spot next to.
No, Dana Barrett in Ghostbusters is probably my fondest Sigourney Weaver, but she's had a ton.
I actually Wait, your fondest, as in, you want to elaborate on why? Because I got a follow up
Uh,
question.
dude, Ghostbusters, just Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd. I grew up on that movie, and then number two, I've seen so many times. Yeah,
No, and
that's
just
where I
Sigourney Weaver and the role she plays in that movie is fantastic, and the way it's
Okay,
acted
well, all
and
right. So my
scripted. Yeah,
follow
no,
up
it's
question
awesome.
is: in which movie is Sigourney Weaver more sexy? This one or Ghostbusters?
Oh,
I
Ghostbusters.
think it's Working Girl. She's got a cast on her leg, and
Ah!
anyway,
Dude, Sigourney Weaver is hard to talk about. I don't think we've had an in-depth conversation about her on our show, but like
It's funny because when you think of Sigourney Weaver, you think of like tough chick from Alien with the like poofy afro style hair
right.
and is always looking like she's about to get the shit kicked out of her and like not necessarily the sexiest broad. Like they're not making her out to be Scarlett Johansson, but you see her in this movie and I had to stop and think
Oh,
like they're presenting
yeah,
her, they're pushing her forth as like her boob size and her
right.
cleavage. And
The
I went
blonde
like,
wig
oh, it's interesting.
totally works.
oh yeah, no, I mean she was a thing for a hot minute. Still a thing. I wouldn't kick her out of bed for eating cookies.
Anyways, I
But
gotta give it to her. Sigourney Weaver, you're sexy, you're smart, you're an awesome action star. Good for you.
and thank you
There's a
for aliens.
fun little trivia bit where Tim Allen, huge fan of Aliens, meets her and is like, I got some memorabilia. Will you sign some of it for me? And she signs it, stolen by Tim Allen, love Sigourney Weaver. And apparently that really, apparently it pissed him off that she did that. I was like, come on, that's fucking hilarious.
That's actually really good.
Yep.
Uh,
Agreed.
Alan Rickman. So
Yep.
I picked my favorite roles for him that I also thought were the biggest, but I'd say as far as body of work goes, he tops everyone else in the movie. So
He's only got one real flaw, and that's Love Actually. Yeah.
no, he's great in everything he's done, and that's a good movie too. Um,
No,
but I did not include that in like what I think is some of his best work either.
appreciate
So
that.
I mean, at
you
the
guys,
top of the list is
what are you
Hans.
gonna say?
Hans
So
Gruber. Yeah,
yeah,
Hans
Hans
right.
Gruber.
Hans
I
Gruber
mean, number
is great.
one.
He
I don't
makes a
know.
great
Snape.
villain though. He makes a great villain because one of the other ones that I thought to include him as was Quigley Down Under. Do you guys remember him
Oh
as the
yeah, no,
villain in that?
you're not wrong.
That's like the original Hans for him.
I was just giving Joe a minute. I thought he was going to erupt. You're talking Quigley Down Under. You're talking Joe's language.
Yeah. No, I'm right. Tom Selleck. Hell yeah, no, that's a
I love that
good movie,
mustache wearing motherfucker.
dude. Tom Selleck's is a sexy bitch.
Hit
Threatened me with a good time.
Hitchhiker's Guide. I he
Is the
really.
voice of Marvin, the
I mean,
depressed android.
he pulls that movie along. Like that movie's got some lulls, and overall, Hitchhiker's Guide is a great movie and a good book, which I wouldn't know, but
It is one of the greatest books.
but
Yeah,
it's but the movie does have a
Bitch.
lot of
easily.
parts that are like very like what the hell am I watching right now, or like did I need that in the movie?
Oh, dude, try
Then they
reading it.
well then they just throw in the little robot being sad and it's
Yeah,
like you're suddenly brought back so much. He makes that movie for me.
Yeah, he's the Skippy of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Well, no, Skippy's way different, but I could see where you're going with that.
No, same thing. Yeah, he brings it back, makes it funny, regardless. Alan
Anyways,
Rickman's a fucking treasure of our generation. I mean, that guy is, but like you said, his body of work is just astounding. And I can't really think of one.
and he's so charismatic, even as a villain. You love him as a villain.
he's the Metatron in Dogma, and I always loved him in that. He's not in a ton, but he's pretty great in that.
And I mean, Joe already said Die Hard, but also, I mean, he's Professor Snape in Harry Potter.
Right,
Right.
And
right.
Those are,
Right.
I think those are his biggest roles.
It's
Do
all
you,
about the children.
am I missing one, or is there one that you think is the best?
No, I'd probably
The
say
best Snape.
his top role is probably Snape, just
Yeah.
because he got the opportunity to come back and build on that. I would easily put that as his top role.
He
I
was
would
kind of the
too.
hero the whole time, though, man.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah, no, it's a great
Anyway.
story arc, great
when you
character
find out
development,
that
acted well.
when you find out that Harry Potter's dad was the douche the whole time,
Uh-huh.
and when he has to kill Dumbledore to like
Right.
save the
That's
universe,
yep.
and
Pretty
Dumbledore's
fucking
like the
amazing.
only one who knows about the whole thing and is his
Yep.
friend the whole time.
Like,
Spoilers, in case you haven't watched
yeah.
it in the last
I mean,
15
yeah,
to
if you
20
haven't had to
years.
watch Harry Potter yet, get a fucking life. But yeah, dude, the fucking you've got to kill me in order to take the wand because Voldemort can't ever have it. Yeah, dude, fucking masterstroke. Anyway,
I like the fact that that was one of the things, one of the few mental notes. I didn't actually write any notes this week, but one of the few notes that I wrote about Galaxy Quest was how each actor
No
had
fucking
a little
yawning on the
piece
show.
of their own bullshit in their character.
right.
Yeah. So his whole,
Typecasting.
I'm an actor. I can't say, I won't say it again. I won't, and then the child actor who grows up. I mean, that actor actually had that same experience, was a child actor, grew up. Sigourney Weaver was a part of a huge franchise, sci-fi franchise that had conventions and whatever for years. So like all of the actors that made up the cast all had roots in that environment. So
Yeah.
I think that really helped it actually because they were able to
Experiences to
deliver.
draw on.
Yeah.
Fun bit of trivia that I'm not sure if Ben read this one or not, but
I did.
I read them all.
Guaranteed.
But Alan Rickman, he never removes his top for the entire movie. There's even a scene where he's at home on the phone talking to somebody
with it still on.
and he doesn't take it off.
Sigourney Weaver. Yeah, he's talking to Sigourney
about
Weaver.
the headpiece.
Yeah,
yeah,
the headpiece.
Yeah, the entire movie you never see him with it off. It gets ripped up by the end, but yeah,
never takes it off.
funny stuff.
All right, let's jump into the people who are a little bit less of names, but we all kind of know them. So Tony Shalhoub, I put down his.
Was he coming off a Monk when he did this, or is this before Monk?
This is before Monk.
Was it before?
I feel like Wings was such a phenomenon that pretty much catapulted almost everybody that was in it into at least a B to an A-list actor.
Which is so funny. Russ, did you ever see Wings?
I don't know. Monk was I did see Wings. Yeah, my mom was really into Wings. So.
Yeah.
I love Wings.
That was the one where like angels are everywhere, right?
No,
not everywhere.
No.
It's about an airport. It's about an airport.
Oh shit! No, I'm thinking of I'm thinking of Touched by an Angel. My mom was really into that.
Wow.
That just
the title of that show sounds wrong. But
did you see it ever?
No, I no. I'm sure I've seen pieces of it, but
Mom, you're never gonna watch this, but I love you. But that show is such a bitch. So if I were to say Tony Shalhoub's 3 biggest things, do you guys have any idea where I'd go after Monk?
No,
Galaxy Quest?
seen him and stuff, but I could. Yeah, I mean, right?
So,
Galaxy Quest.
I was looking at his line of body of work, and I'm like, all right, what am I going to pull from? Men in Black. He's the alien who gets his head shot off a lot.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And then 13 Ghosts. I know it's probably not either of your cup of teas, but he is the rich guy in that who owns the mansion.
That's right.
And that movie was actually surprisingly popular. All right, let's move on to Sam Rockwell.
Sam
Rockwell.
Come on, man. Chuck Barris and Confessions of a whatever the hell that movie
wait,
was.
but
That was
I don't want to
great.
move past. I don't want to move past Shaloub's actual.
Oh,
He was an anchor. Like his role was an anchor for the whole. Oh, we went
let's
from this is a gig to oh, this is actually happening, and
Yeah.
just his
Oh yeah.
whole little.
he
He's
just owns it.
definitely.
I think what they're telling me is, hey,
Yeah.
right again, guys, group hug,
Yeah.
group.
Right.
I
Dude,
love
I
those
He's
think
just
fucking
like,
little scenes, dude. It was
we
third
need a
place for my favorite line is "That's a hell of a thing."
it's a hell of a thing.
That's one of the best deliveries right there. Yeah.
Dude, it
That's a
was
hell of
so
a thing.
good.
he's the best one at going from human to alien. Like he
Right.
definitely he's just like, hey guys,
Well, he has
they're
a love
telling
scene
me
with the alien, dude.
we
I
we
mean,
we need a new reactor core. Like, uh that's what it is. And
Yeah.
whatever the hell name they had for that giant metal ball. But he's just
Beryllium
like giving them
sphere.
the
Delirium
information.
sphere. Yeah,
Oh,
they
look at my nerd friends.
apparently we could rewire the power couplings to create. Did they? Maybe. What
A
do you
little
think?
bit of nerd trivia that I think you guys will like. Just going off of beryllium sphere here. Uh, the chompers, those metal things that come clamping down that they have to time and jump through,
Right.
they're based off of the event horizon when they go through the center of that corridor and all the spinning blades are around them.
Yeah.
Right.
When they
Like what
saw
for?
when the writer saw that movie, he was like, you know what? I'm gonna make smashing metal things come down.
I mean, who
Speaking of the
would?
chompers, when they obviously dub in her saying, what does she say? God damn it.
God
The
damn it.
dub where she says, "Well, screw that." That's right. Well, screw that, and she obviously says, "Fuck that."
Right.
I always thought that was intentional. That like the like they couldn't put in the F. Uh, apparently, yeah, it was a real trivia. Oh my god,
You okay?
I'm all right.
Are you having a stroke?
That was an actual has to be cut. They were unhappy about it. She specifically did like a bad reading to make it so obvious. And it's like, dude, she mouths fuck like really hardcore. Uh, and in doing that research, I found out that there was an original cut to this movie that was much darker, much more serious. They needed something to go up against the kids' movie around Christmas time, so they recut this movie into this fucking slapsticky, funny movie, which everybody loves. But reading about the original cut, I'm like, I want to see that. That sounds really
What?
good.
This sounds like a
No
line of
joke.
shit.
No joke. Look it up.
Seriously?
Trivia.
Oh man,
Before
I want to
It
see
before
that
tested.
movie now. What
I
the
know.
I just
hell?
want all the
Tested poorly with
viewers
audiences.
I want all
What?
the viewers to know that before this show started, Ben said, I am going to lie about everything I say today.
which makes which makes it even funnier because I'm not lying about this. It sounds really good. It was darker, more serious. They had to change a bunch of shit and cut it together to be this more family friendly. Like, no, yeah, I want to see the R cut of fucking Galaxy Quest.
Yeah,
A
dude,
lot
that'd
more
be
violent, a lot more fighting.
well, because I could see where it could easily go dark. You know what I mean? It's like you think this is a show, and you get out here, and suddenly it's real, and these aliens are paying real prices for your actions. It was,
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
the power of Google, you say this shit, and I type in original Galaxy Quest script, a bunch of shit actually comes up. And I think you'd enjoy reading it.
Shocker, Ben.
And
Ben, what?
I typed in original Galaxy Quest cut. 12 minutes of deleted scenes come up, which I think we should watch after recording this and then
Yeah.
delete this and start all over with more
Done.
material.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Hit stop.
We
All
got
right,
time.
so Sam Rockwell. Let's talk about Sam Rockwell.
Love him.
He's one of the only ones other than Alan Rickman. He's the only one that I actually put 4 movies down for.
Hmm.
So even though he's never like the biggest part, his again body of work, he's actually in a lot of shit.
Dude,
Um,
have any of you guys seen Three Billboards Outside of whatever, Mississippi or Alabama? Have you guys seen that movie?
no,
I'm
I
gonna have to
haven't. No.
choose it just so that you watch it because his role in that is so good. Francis McDormand's hella good. Anyway, what do you got, Russ? What's your bubble
well, so
gum
the
fucking bullshit?
you're a bitch. Uh, so the movies that I put down is like his biggest were Iron Man, obviously,
Two.
Green Mile. I put down Moon. He's the main character in Moon, and I think it's a great movie. And I know you guys
I
haven't watched it. I should just pick it next time.
want to
But
watch it. Don't
my
pick it,
per
but I want to watch it.
I've thought about watching it.
my personal favorite of his parts in the last one is Jojo Rabbit. He's so fucking good in that movie. I think without him, that movie would be much
It's pretty
lower.
fucking great. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty fucking great.
he really makes the movie. I mean, there's so many people who bring the movie together as a whole, but without him, it's a whole grade lower.
You got
Am I
anything on
missing
Sam
something?
Rockwell, Joe? Because
I just personally, I actually, I'm not familiar with all of his body of work and haven't seen a lot of those movies, but I feel like in this movie,
Green
he
Mile.
was a rock. Like he was a touchstone for the movie to keep coming back to the. Well, no, man, and it's just the Star Trek play on, like the red shirt joke without it being the red shirt. I'm crew member
mhm,
number 6. I'm gonna die. I'm
yeah,
gonna die. uh, no, he was gold, dude. That delivery of that
he's
scream after the guy comes in. Well, that was a hell of a thing. And then he
uh-huh.
walks off and pats his shoulders like he's showing up to a barbecue. What's wrong with those guys? You guys okay? And then that scream, dude, it's just so he held that he was in character for all of that scene to deliver that scream. It was great.
And that was actually unscripted. Like you can see Sigourney Weaver having an authentic scare when he starts screaming. Pretty funny. Uh, I've had season tickets on Sam Rockwell for a long time. I can name two movies that go super deep. One of them less deep is Safe Men. I don't know if I've ever made you watch that, but it's got Paul Giamatti, works for a Jewish gangster named Big Fat Bernie Gale. And then Sam Rockwell and Steve Zahn are these really shitty musicians who really believe in them. Dude, it's really good. One of my favorite movies that is not well known at all. And then a movie you'd probably have to buy the VHS. I don't know if it was ever put on DVD, but it's called The Search for One-Eyed Jimmy.
What
And
the
it's
fuck?
Yep, Search for One-Eyed Jimmy, and it's about a guy coming home from film school to his it's either Queens or Brooklyn neighborhood, and one of the old guys he used to know, Jimmy, who hurt his eye and now only has one eye, and they call him One-Eyed Jimmy, goes missing, and he does this whole documentary search for Jimmy, and fucking it's one of Samuel L. Jackson's first roles ever. Ann Mira, who is Ben Stiller's mom, plays One-Eyed Jimmy's mom in it.
What the fuck?
It's dude, it is a really
Dude,
really funny movie.
when you said the search for one-eyed Jimmy, all I could think about was my date 2 weeks ago.
Right, right, understood, but not at all what it's about. Doesn't even have you as a character.
Damn it. Fuck that
Oh,
movie.
hey,
Oh,
Iron
Sam
Man
Rockwell.
2.
Right.
Iron Man 2, where he comes into the room and he's like, take his pillows. Now take his
Yeah.
shoes. I took your stuff. How does that make you feel? Do you feel bad? Good. That's one of my favorite lines that he ever does. Just because, is that even your bird? Like, what is this? You made me feel bad. I love him as not the
He's pretty
villain,
good.
but like the repeat semi-villain of the Iron
Right.
Man series. Like he's such
Yeah.
a douche, and he's such a good job at being a douche. Good job, Sam Rockwell. Moving down,
Way to go. Way to go. Let's
Justin
wrap up
Long.
these
Going
actors. Yeah, debut film for Justin
downtown.
Long, one of Rainn Wilson's first. Danny Trejo is one of the extras.
Danny
Ray
Trejo's in this movie.
Stevenson. Ray Stevenson plays one of the alien guys.
Well, Justin Long was worth talking about.
Okay.
Do you guys
Was
want to
he?
talk about him? I mean, Jeepers
the kid from
Creepers,
Jeepers
Dodgeball.
Creepers. Oh God, dude! But he's in Waiting.
He's in Waiting. That's what I wanted
Let's
to
talk
talk
about Waiting, coaches.
Joe, what do you want to say about Waiting?
It's a
Fuck
great movie. You
that.
should
Never
watch
mind.
it. Yep. No, watch it.
Justin Long's
Rain-
best role is
do
at
it.
Randy St. Stevens or whatever his name from Zack and Mary Make a Porno.
That's a
You
really
better
good role.
shut your mouth or I'm gonna fuck it. That's 100% his best role.
When you think of Rainn Wilson, can you think of any movies other than his role in
Last
The
Mimsy.
Office?
The Last Mimsy. Juno.
Okay.
Russ playing with fire. Coming
I
with
put-
some
Yeah.
I-
the
dumbass
fuck
question
you
like
want?
that.
I tried to
Asking a
put down
question like a bitch. Everybody knew
Like a
that question was a
bitch.
bitch.
So I tried to put down movies where he was in the movie for a significant amount of time. Couldn't come up with a lot. But Transformers 2, he plays one of the scientists. He's like probably 20 minutes on screen, and probably less than that, like 10 minutes altogether. The Meg. Did you guys watch The Meg? It's the movie where an Australian fights a giant shark, Jason Statham. He actually
He's the
plays
only
a
one who
significant
could.
role in it. And again, in both Transformers 2 and The Meg, he plays a scientist. I'm wondering if he's trying to be a smart guy, but
He just is.
anyways, he's made so much money off The Office, he doesn't need to work anymore. So anybody else you guys want to talk about before we go to a couple questions from the audience? I got an important
Missy
one.
Pyle, who played the female alien. They did a series of Why the Last Man, which is a phenomenal comic. She gets a unique role that's actually not in the comic, but really fits the show. Did a pretty good job. Was I thought really great in that. So way to go, Missy Pyle.
Way to go, Missy Pyle.
Where'd he go?
I wanted to talk about Daryl Mitchell.
Gomer Pyle's granddaughter. What? Sorry.
I wanted to talk about Daryl Mitchell, but he's got
Let's talk
nothing
about
going
Daryl
for him.
Mitchell. Isn't he from SNL?
Yeah, that's it.
How many people associated with this movie have two first names?
All of them.
Dude.
Tim Allen. That is a first name. Sigourney Weaver. Holy shit.
Right? You remember Weaver Sterling from school, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's.
Guy was such a douche.
All right. So our number one fan who keeps emailing or texting or whatever it is where we take these questions. Ben Sucks, 1978. Every time he's the first one. He wants to know Star Wars Empire versus Star Trek's Federation. Who wins?
Empire.
I mean, they got the Death Star. What does the Federation have? They've got fucking starships.
They got James T. Kirk, motherfucker.
That's true. That's true.
You know, I
And
read
Spock.
I read a whole thing on this once. This weirdo on Reddit, he wrote like, I want to say about 10 pages worth of analysis on which one would win in a fight. Really, the only thing the Federation has going for it is their travel. They can move much faster than anything in the Star Wars universe can. But the Empire just crushes them. It really comes down to Empire crushing them.
Yep.
Woke Woman 2023 wants to know Sigourney Weaver versus Charlize Theron. Who wins?
Oh, Sigourney. Sigourney's
Ben?
gonna freaking do a fucking foot stomp and sweep the
I'm.
knee.
Did you see
I don't
Fury
know, dude.
Road?
Furiosa,
Yeah.
fucking Prometheus. Have you guys ever seen Atomic Blonde? She kicks
Yeah,
ass in that movie, dude.
yeah,
I
but I
don't
don't know.
know.
Sigourney Weaver feels like the dirty fighter. I
Yeah,
like Charlize could throw down. She could definitely hold her own, but Sigourney's just got that like, no man, I'm gonna fuck you up when you ain't looking feel to
get
her.
away from her, you bitch.
Yeah,
I. You
exactly.
bitch. I couldn't.
Everybody's
I
calling
couldn't
you a
pick.
bitch. All your
I couldn't
soldiers
pick.
are saying you're a
So
bitch.
I actually wanted to know. I couldn't pick. So Joe, you're the tiebreaker if Ben has nothing to say.
I mean, the debate there is like her body of work is much longer for Weaver, but Charlize Theron's been super prolific.
Is
Has
it though?
Sigourney Weaver ever had a role like Monster where she physically changes her and Avatar doesn't fucking count? She look at Charlize Theron in Monster, like she
She's a fucking
changed
monster.
herself. Yeah, she
Dude,
fucking changed.
I'd
Yeah,
have to look Sigourney's body of work up, but she's been around a long time and she's done a lot of shit.
that's right.
I mean,
I
But
gotta say the
she's got
jury's gonna be
chops, you
out.
know.
I'd say in the short amount of time or in the time difference, like if you put the amount of stuff Sigourney did in the same time frame that Charlize Theron has been around, I'd give it to Charlize. But Sigourney is always going to have Alien, which is more than one movie. She's got
Yep.
a lot of movies about her being a badass, all because of that one franchise. And I think for me overall, just like my nerddom, I'm going to go like 0.5% more on Sigourney's fever or favor.
Sigourney's. I got Sigourney Weaver fever.
I've got a fever.
Catch it.
That's gonna be a bumper sticker. Check it out. Sigourney Weaver fever.
But I thought
That's
it was
right.
a good matchup. I thought that was a good fight.
It only happens when you get
Yeah,
Sigourney
not
Weaver
bad.
fever.
Also, Matt Damon really loves our show. He always texting in.
Matt
He wants to know.
Damon.
Matt
I knew it. I wanted to
Damon.
write his question is just Matt Damon, but I thought, nah, Ben will just say it.
Matt Damon?
Matt Damon.
Sorry.
Did he have a question? Or are we just
Ben, this
saying
question is specifically for Ben. He wants to know if this movie is more plausible than Inception.
Oh, Jesus.
Really think about it.
I mean, it's based on real life events. Absolutely. Like,
historical documents, at least.
Mhm.
Yes.
Like, reenactment of historical
This
documents.
is almost a documentary. They just added a little embellishment. Yeah, no, I mean,
Yeah. They took his
Transformers
shirt off,
is more plausible than Inception.
And, oh my God. Now, why am I on this fucking show? I swear to God. I don't even know why I'm here. Why do I talk to these people?
Dude, Joe, it's like a visceral betrayal.
Yeah. Visual, and visual. No, what is it? Visceral? Yeah. Visual and visceral.
That's
Whatever.
right. Betrayal. Make it stop.
I'd rather go get my cavities filled right now. Jesus.
So this
Christ.
next one's for Joe and then Ben. But Tony Iommi wants to know. Do either of you know who Tony Iommi is?
Yes, come on. Joe doesn't,
because
but I do.
Doesn't apply to this question at all. Thank you, Ben. Favorite sci-fi setting, Joe? What is it?
Oh my God. Dude, you can't do that. There's like a whole plethora
You talking
of sci-fi settings.
Yeah, are you talking like universe or are you talking like a distant planet or what do you mean setting?
I mean, because like Eureka, the TV
What do you
show,
mean
is
distant
fantastic.
planet? Ben, is your answer Neptune? Because that would be really fucking weird.
No, I really like sci-fi set at a nice 69 degrees. Is the best temperature for enjoying sci-fi.
Yeah.
No, Joe, it was the genre setting, whatever. Like, I feel like this came up before it was probably Star Wars. It may have been Dune though. And you had things to say. And I think that you picked Armor at the time. And I have since read Armor, listened to
Right.
Armor. And it'd be interesting to hear what you have to say now.
I mean, Armor's great, but it depends. Like, I think the context when you asked about sci-fi settings before was relevant to Armor. In this regards, as far as sci-fi settings, you open the Pandora's box, but keeping it confined to what they were trying to represent, I would say, God, man, it's so hard, dude. There's so many iterations.
It was real easy for me.
Well, what was yours then?
Warhammer 40,000, idiot.
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 I really like my
But they don't
sci-fi when
have-
it's well done.
They don't have mech powered warriors in this one, though.
That
I
makes
mean,
it different
that
than
you
the
see.
other ones. So is your favorite Tomorrow War?
I mean, Tomorrow War is a viable. That's what I'm saying when you ask about context, like, because in
So
my
you
mind,
can't do it.
I
can't
couldn't
do
pick
it.
a favorite because
Tony Iommi is so fucking mad at you right now.
I mean, Firefly.
What's all this
Honestly,
then?
my
I wrote the
favorite
riffs.
sci-fi setting is Firefly.
Firefly is a great pick.
That's
Western kind of Civil
Yeah.
War.
realistically, I mean, within the confines of what we identify as today's reality, you could see that being the future.
No, it's true. It's real easy to put your current day mindset into that world without feeling like too alienated by it. I love that setting. Well, let's just talk about Firefly for another hour. Ben, what's your favorite?
Remember when you know what I thought about the other day was when the preacher opens up the little wooden box and she's like, "Oh, preacher," and you think it's drugs or something like that, and it's strawberries. That's such a cute
says,
little
"Oh,
thing.
grandpa." She says,
"Oh, that's right.
Grandpa.
That's right."
Not
Yes.
a grandpa.
No. Anyway, yeah, never married. Never married. I always love the one where he has to send everybody away because the ship's gonna fail. I think it's out of gas. It's a really good episode. Anyway,
Dude.
So Ben, do you have a favorite?
honestly, it's probably Star Wars.
Loser.
Like I understand the Star Wars universe, but Firefly is awesome. I like my sci-fi setting to stunning.
So
Yeah.
you like
but that's a different sci-fi setting. Like, see, that's the problem, Russ. You can't really have this discussion in general, right?
I mean,
like, there's a setting, like there's epic space opera sci-fi.
No, you can easily do that.
There's aliens sci-fi.
And which one do
Guardians
you
of the
like
Galaxy
more?
sci-fi.
Guardian, right? I mean, the list goes on, dude.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Like Eureka sci-fi. Have either of you guys ever seen Eureka, the TV show?
Nah, I don't need to watch Eureka. I get
fucking love that show, dude. Fucking love it.
I don't need to do that because I'm just waiting for the Warhammer 40,000 show to come out.
It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna have Henry Cavill, and he's gonna shoot stuff.
I already hear they're freaking that he's not getting what he wants.
Of course not.
Why you got to be a bitch about it, Joe? Okay, anybody else wants to talk about?
Dude, Jesus Christ.
No, I talked about the darker thing.
I read it.
Danny Trejo. The weapons for Saris's soldiers are 100% the same guns from Fifth Element, just some spray paint put on them, and I mean 100%.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Thanks for pointing that out. Hey,
yes, they are 100%.
I gotta say, the one thing that I feel held this movie back a little bit was just what's his name? What's his fucking name? What's the main villain's name?
Sauron.
Saris. Saris.
Cyrus.
Yeah,
Said
that's one of
He
the
Sauron.
did
main
not
reasons
age.
why I take away. Yeah,
He doesn't age well in this.
no.
In like
And they kind of
just the way his
they're
mouth moves
aggressive
and
but a
everything.
little bumbling. Like I don't think
They
they hold up. They
they've
deserved
only got
better
one
villains in
ship.
this movie.
They've only got one ship. Anyways,
And it looks like Eric Bana's ship from fucking
I do
Nemesis.
I do want to just say, because I don't think you guys are gonna get the reference, but I really felt like watching this that I felt like Saris is who they based Saren on in the Mass Effect series. And Saren is one of my favorite villains of all time. And I Googled it after thinking that, and a lot of other people thought that, but nobody's able to prove it. And uh, anyways, Saren, look him up. He's
Interesting.
one of the best
All
villains of all
right.
time.
Interesting.
I
Mass
actually thought
Effect
that one of the
sucks.
things
No,
one of the
no, it
things I
doesn't.
really enjoyed about this movie, especially pertaining to the space that it is a parody of, is how few special effects they had in it for a movie of this type. Like they didn't have a whole lot of space scenes.
When you say it that way, yeah. But I mean, they took from Star Trek. They like
Oh
used,
yeah, no, I mean they absolutely figure raped the setting of the original Star Trek for the feel, you
and
know.
that's what Star Trek did. It was all about those fake walls in a little command room, and then sitting in Kirk or Picard's office, just listening to him talk.
Dude, you
And
guys know that when they filmed friggin' Star Trek, the original TV series, that they didn't have automatic doors? So they actually had to rig it so that anybody walking through those doors that opened as they were walking up to it, if you watch, there's a little button that they push.
yeah, no,
That-
I actually I knew that because when I worked at Blockbuster, some asshole who worked at Albertsons or Lucky's, it was Lucky's at the time, right next door, told me that the automatic doors for the grocery stores that they have were based on Star Trek's doors.
Yep.
There's actually a really great documentary about how Star Trek inspired this whole generation of nerds who wanted to make it real. And yeah, the tricorders becoming the touchless thermometers. Like there's a whole wide variety of shit that got invented because of nerds loving Star Trek. And yeah, they cite the sliding doors from Star Trek.
Yeah. Thank you, Gene Roddenberry. You were a fucking
Yeah.
visionary. You fucking
Yeah. Way to
created
go.
your world became reality. Good job, my man. Good job.
You could say tricorders were the inspiration for cell phones. You'd
Dude,
be wrong.
so much of it. Us right now on a Zoom communicator, just communicating on the bridge with somebody else over a remote connection that didn't even exist. It wasn't a thing.
Biggest loss is the food replicators not getting made. Like that would
Dude, give it
be,
time.
I'd
Give it
love to be
time.
like, give me a nice Earl Grey right now. Bam.
Dude, especially
sick.
tonight. I did not feel like cooking. Stopped by the store. I was like, oh, I'll buy some freaking quick microwave garbage shit. It'll be cheaper than eating out. $70. 70 motherfucking dollars to go to the store for some bullshit.
It's a shame. It's a shame.
Fuck,
Whatever.
man. Give me a
That's
food replicator.
that's because you're a
That's
bitch,
right.
Will Smith.
No, you're not
Let's wrap it up. Like and
Wrap it up,
subscribe.
B. Wrap it up.
Jason, thank you
Ring
for
that
making
bell.
it this far. Ring the bell.
Yeah, please leave a comment.
subscribe.